This is College Sports TV, and we're back with part 2 of our Week 5 preview. This part, we will be previewing the number 15 Louisville at number 16 Notre Dame game in South Bend, 3:30. Notre Dame is currently a 6.5 point favorite. Total is 46.5. And this is, I'm not going to say elimination game, because Louisville, if they lose, can still go on to win the ACC, but for Notre Dame, this is absolutely a playoff game. They have 2 losses. Both of them are home losses, and one of them is a Group of 5 loss. They are nowhere close to the playoff. And for Louisville, they play Miami. They've already beaten Georgia Tech. They play Clemson. So they could drop a few. Winning this one would go a long way if they weren't to make it to the ACC championship game. Yeah, the quarterback matchup is intriguing here because during the offseason and just the overall general opinion, I think, especially going into the year, everyone thought Riley Leonard was this top 10, borderline top 5 quarterback who is going to save Notre Dame and finally get them elite quarterback play. And it has been almost the opposite of that. He threw his first touchdown pass this past weekend when they've already played in their 4th game of the year. And Louisville has a transfer quarterback. They have Tyler Shough, who I'm sure hear that name, think, how is he still in college? Because he started at college in Oregon in 2019. Still playing now at Louisville. So that's how college football is now. But anyway, the quarterback matchup is extremely interesting. I think Louisville has a supreme quarterback matchup between the scheme and how they set Shough up compared to how Notre Dame sets Riley Leonard up. And he's just more talented at throwing the ball. Now, Riley Leonard can run through you as a quarterback, which is an asset in itself. But I think this is Louisville has the clear quarterback, throwing the ball, passing game advantage. And the problem for Notre Dame is Louisville has one of the best secondaries in the country. As is Notre. You could say that Notre Dame and Louisville are 1A, 1B best secondaries in the country, I feel. Because we saw Notre Dame's secondary all year, really. We saw them against A&M really lay it on them. But I mean, the most points Notre Dame's given up in a game all year is to Northern Illinois, and that's 60. And they just haven't let you throw the ball on them. These games, other than Northern Illinois and A&M game, but the A&M game was kind of close, but not really. They haven't been close. So that's going to be the thing. I think this game is going to come down to if Louisville can somewhat pass it effectively. They don't have to light the world on fire, throwing it all over the place, this and that, because that's really hard to do against Notre Dame. No one's done that yet. I don't know if anyone will do that all year. But if Louisville is able to run the ball, especially on big Notre Dame, I think they will win this game. I think we know Notre Dame's going to try to run the ball. That's all they can really do on offense. But I think Louisville is big enough, physical enough, has good players on the lines. They can stuff Notre Dame in the trenches a little bit. Or at worst, even neutralize it and play them even. So I think Louisville will be able to throw it enough to where they're not just relying on the run and there's still a passing threat. And I also think they'll be able to run the ball because I just think they have the better offense and their defense is good enough to where Notre Dame just seems like a not meshing team. They're a more talented team. You look at the roster, Notre Dame is a much more talented team. However, they're just not meshing right now. They're just, I don't know. I don't know what the problem is. I don't know if it's the new OC, but the OC came from LSU. And do you know who won a Heisman last year? Jaden Daniels, who went to LSU. So, it's just, they're not meshing. I don't think they're that good anymore. They're just no. I think Louisville is really underrated. Second most underrated team in the country. So we will see. I'm gonna pick Louisville to get an outright win. So obviously Louisville will cover the 6.5 point underdog. And I think it goes under 46.5. I think you'll see a lot of running the ball. Time's gonna be ticking off like crazy, and it's a defensive matchup. But I think Louisville will pull this one out. Going into Notre Dame, Notre Dame's second home loss in September. Notre Dame's second loss of September. Should be interesting. 3:30 Saturday. Number 15 Louisville. Number 16 Notre Dame.